Good afternoon. I hope your Tuesday is going well. We're so happy to have you with us today. I'm Julie Broughton. It is 12:35. This is Take 6. This is when we get together and chat a little bit after our new newscast. So it gives us an opportunity to talk to the people you see on TV every day about what we're working on that you'll see on our newscast beginning later today, starting on News 6 at 4. And joining us today, News 6 anchor Lisa Bell, all the way across the newsroom. And Lisa, you're working on something that I know is just such a pain to so many people when you're going out somewhere trying to figure out where to park, but you're specifically talking about downtown Orlando parking, and in the last year alone they gave out $1 million in parking tickets. I think only about a quarter of that probably to me, because I know I've certainly gotten my share of parking tickets downtown Orlando.
I was just going to say one of those was issued to me. And did you hear the story, the backstory as to how this story came about?
No, I did not. I was
Okay.
peeping at your script and I wondered what made Lisa Bell so interested in downtown
Ooh,
Orlando
it
parking.
ground my gears. I
As
was
so many
working on a
things do.
completely right. I was working on a completely different story regarding the Orange County Public Schools, and their main district office is near downtown Orlando in the Creative Village, what's now known as kind of the Creative Village area. It's just west of I-4, and that whole area has been redeveloped. You've got UCF down there, EA Sports has a footprint down there, and it's like a whole new city that has just popped up in that area. So anyways, I was driving down there and I was looking to shoot some video of Orange County Public Schools district offices. Driving along, don't see any parking spots, see this new road, pull my car over, and there are all these new crepe myrtles out there. It looks beautiful, and wide open parking spots. And I see signs that say 2-hour parking from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. I'm like, perfect, pull over. And I have it all documented on my phone. Hop out of my car, walk across the street, get approximately 4 minutes of video, turn around,
Mhm.
walk back to my car, and there was a parking ticket on my car. And I was like, I couldn't believe it. Initially,
Oh,
I didn't even see it. And then I thought, wow, did someone, are they trying to sell something? Was it some type of solicitation? And then I saw that it was a parking citation. And there are no meters.
right.
I didn't
Oh,
know that
so you
you
have
had
to
to
use
pay to
the
park
app
there.
in that area.
There
Yeah.
are tiny little
Hmm.
postage signs, in my opinion, posted nearby saying you must download this app and pay
Hmm.
online. I felt like the signage was terrible. As I was driving around, I noticed approximately 2 dozen cars right
Hmm.
kind of in the two little streets where I was. It's literally a 1 block section of town.
Hmm.
All had parking tickets. And I started talking to the drivers at that point, and this is specifically the street that
Hmm.
you're seeing right now, where
Okay.
it is. You see the Monroe. It's a very
Hmm.
popular. Now these meters are in downtown Orlando, but that Monroe is a very popular restaurant in the Creative Village. This is back in the Creative Village. This guy's gotten a lot of tickets. And
Hmm.
anyways, as I was driving around, I saw someone got a ticket issued at 10:45 in the morning, and then 11:01, and then
Hmm.
11:20, and then 12:20. And so it's like they are going around every
Yes.
15 minutes. And that's the sign that was posted
Hmm.
that I clearly missed and did not have the app on my phone, failed to pay. So I got a $27 ticket. So I thought, this seems excessive. And as I was driving around, this woman was approaching her car, and I could see the look in her eyes and the surprise. And I rolled down my window and I said, "Hi, what you doing?" She's like, "Well, I just had a meeting and I came out and there's this parking ticket on my windshield." And she opened it up and she's like, "Oh my gosh, $27." And she's like, "Where do you even pay?" And there are these signs, like I pointed out. And I pointed
Yeah.
out crepe myrtles earlier because I feel like the crepe myrtle was kind of obscuring the sign a little bit.
Hmm.
Anywho, it developed into this big thing. We asked for the data, and lo and behold, it shows that the number of citations that the city of Orlando has issued 2 years ago is up 20%. Then the next year was up like more than 30%. They've issued more than $1 million in citations. We asked what is behind all of that, and they claim it's all the events. It's not
Hmm.
necessarily that enforcement is up, but it's all the events. There are just more people coming downtown, the expansion of new areas in downtown Orlando, and so it's leading to a rise in parking citations. And it kind of conflicts with all of these initiatives that city leaders have underway, where they're trying to draw more people into
Yeah.
downtown Orlando. They are putting on these events, but parking is a real challenge. We talked to some business owners who say the same thing.
And, I'm the person that if I'm meeting you somewhere or I have something to do and I go and I can't find parking easily or parking's not readily available, I just will not go. I will turn around and drive home. And I also like to Uber or Lyft to avoid parking, but that gets expensive and that's not realistic. And
Mhm.
then if you're downtown and you're coming out of a major event, say at the Kia Center or Dr. Phillips Center, everybody else is trying to get an Uber or a Lyft, so that's hard too. So
It's
I don't
a
know what the
real challenge.
solution is.
And, in full disclosure here, I was stunned when I got a parking ticket because that's just not me. Like, I know the consequences and I get that you have to enforce the laws, but it seems like there could be better signage
Hmm.
that, we talked to some people, they said, the maximum allowable time is only 2 hours. Well, that doesn't really give them enough time to park, walk to even, meet someone for lunch,
Yeah.
have lunch, and walk back. So it seems like there's room for improvement, and that's
Hmm.
specifically what one business owner told us. There's room for improvement, and even if you pay for 2 hours and you try to go online and put pay for an
Hmm.
additional 2 hours, it won't let you, and you'll still get a ticket.
Yeah,
So it was interesting.
I've gotten my fair share of parking tickets. I would say most of the parking tickets I've gotten have been when I go to get my hair done. They're downtown, and so when I park on the street, I'll go out and still feed the meter. But then they'll be like, "Hey, that car was here longer than two
Right.
hours." So even if you pay, if you're there longer than 2 hours, you still get tickets. So
That's right.
you
Even
know,
if the sign says you can park from 6 to 8
yeah.
p.m., they are tracking how much time you've actually been there. And I will say, I don't get parking tickets. Knock on wood.
Well, you do
I
now.
am well into my 40s, and this is the first parking ticket I've received since I was in college when I intentionally parked illegally because I was late to class. But that's just, I mean, it was such a shock to me. And then I felt like the signs weren't very visible. Who has an app? That's what this other, and a lot of people were saying too, I don't want to pay on a credit card. They want a cash option.
Hmm.
And so they were frustrated by that as well.
All right,
So it
Lisa.
was interesting.
Yeah, what time can
Did
we
I
see your
freeze?
story? You're frozen, and it's a beautiful picture. It's a beautiful shot. You should save it for your Christmas card. What time is your story airing?
I think it's 6:15 today,
Okay.
maybe 11. I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
Sometime today. You
All
have to
right.
start watching at 4 p.m.
Right, and just write
and
it
just
all the
wait.
way through. All right, Lisa.
That's
Thank
right.
you so much.
And I'll see you at 4 p.m. You and I are now on an
Yes,
hour-long newscast at
I
4 p.m.
know.
once again.
Even more quality time together. So we always need that. So yes, we will see you starting at 4. We always like to get a check of your forecast here on Take 6. A front went through yesterday. I know that last night I was hanging out with my dog, per usual, and he kept barking, and that's because it was so windy outside as that front came through. Here's what it looks like behind that. Here's a satellite and radar imagery showing we're not seeing any rain. Still a little bit of cloud cover hanging around. Some of those clouds will thin out for us throughout the day. Right now it is 68 in Kissimmee, 71 in Melbourne, 70 in Cape Canaveral, 64 in Palm Coast, 61 in Ocala, and 64 degrees right now in Leesburg. I want you to check out the winds. It is still breezy, so that means my dog may still be barking at the wind. But right now, winds are coming in from the west and northwest. That is pulling that cooler air in. 14 mile per hour winds right now in Ocala, 15 mile per hour winds in Melbourne, and 15 as well in Daytona Beach. This is the big story here, that cold front. This is our 24-hour temperature change. So 24 hours ago, we were 19 degrees warmer in Ocala, 10 degrees warmer in Melbourne, and 15 degrees warmer in Daytona Beach. So again, we'll continue to see all of this as we roll through the afternoon hours. Your clouds and rain forecast. See those clouds thinning out as we stop the clock for you. Again, we're not talking about any significant rain out there. Can't rule out maybe an isolated sprinkle, but that would be about it. I think that model is a little bit overdone because that drier air is moving in. 7-day forecast showing 69 for our high today, 72 tomorrow for your Valentine's Day. We keep it quiet until the weekend. Then we're watching another system that brings a chance of showers and some thunderstorms on Saturday. Still some rain possible on Sunday before cooling down and drying out for your Monday. Chief Meteorologist Tom Sorrells will track all this for you coming up on News 6 at 4. As Lisa mentioned, we are back to 1 hour at 4, which we're so excited about. Lisa Ginger and I will see you starting at 4. If you have any questions or comments for us here at Take 6, head to clickorlando.com/take6. Let us know what's on your mind. Thanks so much for stopping by, and we'll see you at 4.